at 9:33 a.m. And you are joining us for a live supercharge event as we'll be playing Spot On, trying to predict the price of BTC. What's even going on with BTC? We're in the $72,000 range. I guess as you know, the price had gone up when people heard about a ceasefire. It is maintaining in the $70,000 range, which I'm pretty happy with. But is this where everyone says, oh, the market is going to come back? It's, Bitcoin's going to go shoot right back up to 100,000. Well, if you hear that, hold on to your horses because, Yeti and I have been talking about, we do think it was going to go up before it decides to go back down. So again, if you want to do something, dollar cost averaging isn't the worst. Again, none of this is financial advice. These are things that I'm doing in my own life that I'm just trying to share with the rest of the community out there. We are hardcore Bitcoiners, guys who don't want to give up their Bitcoin. It is definitely the future of finance. So good to see everyone. Looks like we got Sultana in here today. Good to see you again, man. We got me. We got Riddles. Miracle is in here right away. Maldo, good to see you. Of course, we got Ace. We're playing Metafide Classic again today, yeah. So no positions in the lobby right now, Metafide Classic. But we do have documents up there on the site right now to go build your own bot. So,
are you sure there's no positions in the lobby? I swear I just put positions down in the lobby.
Maybe my account is like locked out from it. We'll see. One second. I have to go grab the door. Hold up. I just got a notification. I'll be right back.
Alrighty, we already had Miracle on a 6x streak already. Wow. He has done well in the first 4 games. I think may have lost it in that game though. Yep, he has. Bummer Miracle. Only 19 away from the $1,500. But at that rate, that's like another 15 minutes and you were there.
All right, I'm back.
Hell yeah. So saying Miracle was already on a 6x streak this session.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
He played in the first game. He was there right away. He's the first one to put in.
Yeah. And then won the next few as well.
Mm-hmm. I want to meet Riddles. Riddles was the best at building bots.
They built it before the API was even out.
Yeah. And now Riddle's already on the 1 cent bots, which is pretty cool. I'm still locked out from the early lobby.
Have you reloaded?
Let's see. I might need to clear my cache or something like that.
I love this new top ROI gold line.
Yeah, I like that we introduced these golden threads. All right, let's check on TradingView. I'd be surprised if there was any Bitcoin news. Bhutan moves another $18 million into Bitcoin. All right. Yep, pretty boring, just like I expected.
I mean, there was that thing the other day about how Iran was like possibly going to ask for payments in crypto but like now they're saying that they're going to ask for it in real, like their currency.
Is their currency like stable or does it fluctuate?
I have no idea. Like, given that like they're really heavily sanctioned and that people wouldn't be like, I imagine it'd be hard to trade in the real. I would imagine it would be pretty stable, but part of their 10 points plan or whatever there is the removing of sanctions, so maybe that changes. I don't know how that all plays out, the negotiations. Be interesting to see. Like, I think that they kind of have the upper hand in the negotiations just because I think Trump wants out. It's like bloodied his nose thinking it would be easy.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't what he expected, and now I think he just wants out of it.
Actually, I learned a lot about Tehran and like what it's like to live there, and like what is it like to be a gamer there, or like someone who's in technology. And
Yep.
it's really interesting. It's pretty cool. Check out this guy on YouTube if you have a chance. His name is Ace. I think there's like a T at the end of it, like Ace ET. He does this kind of like cartoon drawings of himself. You don't see him as a person because he, wants to be anonymous and to protect himself. But what he talks about is how internet is over there. So, it's kind of difficult to get internet. You're technically not allowed to use like a VPN and have access to certain, internet capabilities. But there's all these companies that are set up over there where I guess you can buy internet from them. And it's really difficult because it's expensive. It's also sketchy. You can buy internet from fake providers. So, you pay them in Bitcoin, funny enough. So they're using Bitcoin right now to purchase internet. You buy it from one of these people. If they decide to not give you internet, you're screwed, so you just kind of have to trust them.
Yep.
And they sometimes in this kind of like secondary market, they'll use crypto to buy like some of these sanctioned goods. So they do get like PlayStations in there. They get, Xboxes. They can get other types of like, equipment, like a nice keyboard or a mouse. But all those companies are sanctioned there, so they can't, directly import it. So there's these secondary buyers, which makes these products more expensive. But people do have some pretty cool RGB color keyboards and stuff like out there. They are finding it and able to get it. One of the other things I thought was really interesting is Iran blocks their game servers. So say you wanted to play World of Warcraft in Tehran, you can't on the normal server. They have to go through this like almost like this approved list of games, and they don't call it World of Warcraft. They call it WoW Zone. So it kind of has like a slightly different name, and it doesn't look like it's the actual game. But when you enter into the game, it is World of Warcraft, and it boots you up into a Tehran, or to an Iran only server. So you're only with other people in Iran.
Wow.
And there's not people in these servers, right? And the reason that they blocked users from trying to get into these servers is a few things. The gaming companies are actually blocking them too because they don't want people to buy and sell the gold in Tehran because you can make more money playing like RuneScape or mining like RuneScape gold, or I guess finding gold in World of Warcraft. You can sell it for like about $1,000 a day. So like what would be equivalent to $1,000 a day? So
what do you mean?
If you play 8 to 12 hours of real World of Warcraft or real RuneScape, you can sell the gold to what would be like equivalent to you or me of like $1,000 a day.
No, surely not. It's they're not like a poor country. They're not a like third world kind of economically third world kind of country.
This is what I'm looking at. This guy was saying that he's like, you can make like $1,000 a day. He's like, you can make more money working like 12 to 16 hours in a video game than you could working 12 to 16 hours there. And he said it's about like the equivalent to like $1,000 a day. So,
wow. I wonder what
they
that
just
like.
they flip it on like eBay. But to stop that, the gaming companies have also contributed to this by blocking them out on the servers. But in Tehran, they don't want you, or Iran, they don't want you playing these games and then being able to get money like outside the economy. So I guess it's a risk for them as well.
Holy shit! It is a low wage they have. I just looked it up. It is crazy low.
Yeah.
Because of the sanctions, they're like, it's fallen.
So in their game servers, so they do have a RuneScape and they do have a World of Warcraft server for Iran, but they like nerf the value of the gold in it too.
Well, I mean, and you're not going to be able to sell like if because your gold will only be able to be sold to
other people
earning that wage.
Yeah. So you could play the same game, mine the same gold, but if you're on their server, it sells for like 100 times less.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll try to find that guy for you. It's pretty cool. He does cool animations. I think he plays games all day long, and he's a streamer. Well, not a streamer, but he makes YouTube videos.
So it looks like it's like.
What are you saying, Eddie?
Just trying to work out what the actual says 12 or 1.2 billion IRR there.
Yeah, what? Well, it's this guy. His name is Ace At, and he's a pretty good video about 4 weeks ago about living in Iran, and he has a really
I know two people that have traveled there and spent a bit of time there, and yeah, like they were saying that it was like pretty just like modern city kind of vibes. Like it was like not like there was like very welcoming kind of people. Like they've got that like Middle Eastern hospitality kind of thing where like if you're a traveler then like it's like almost like a religious kind of duty to welcome you into the home and feed you, and like it's like they want it's like it's this Middle Eastern hospitality, that renowned Middle Eastern hospitality. But that it was a pretty modern city for the most part. Like he was like you wouldn't like like sometimes you could just think you were in Sydney.
Yeah, unfortunately, it doesn't sound like that now though. Like that video.
Well, this was like fucking like 3 years ago. Hey, like he was like last time he was there was not that long ago.
Mm-hmm. I've met someone from Iran before where we talked a little bit about what it was like to be in the US, but really they just talked more about like what people were wearing, how people were talking. He said like, the there are people who want like Western culture, but like they're really just afraid to speak up about it. But it still kind of circulates throughout people. Like they still see what's going on in the US. But he says like when he came to the US, like what he perceived freedom to be was so much different than what he saw in the US. Like in the US, like he was here every day, he was happy, he was wearing like all these different clothes, and he was almost like in the beginning it scared him a little bit because he was like, whoa, like all these people are out, and he's used to being like very conservative and really not talking too bad about the state of your government. And he was just amazed that we were able to speak like this over here. He loved like all the different variety of food. Like I could tell that like he had like hangups with his family. I think that's the hardest thing for them. Like the younger generation wants something different, but you're like so worried about like dishonoring your family, or like what he's always worried about, like what his cousins would think about him or his grandparents. And it would always like tie him back to like, oh man, like I could, make my mother like really sad. But I don't know. I didn't really contribute much from that. But check out this guy, Ace. He's really good. And in his last video 9 days ago, he's literally talking about the situation there, and you hear missiles go off in the back end.
Holy shit.
And it just like become like a part of his everyday life. I think the markets have stabilized enough where it might turn back on all the trading. I was kind of just staying out of it for a little bit because I think it was so uncertain. I was like, we can come back to this. Oh, did you see? We massively improved we massively reduced our Redis bandwidth.
I did see that. Yeah.
Okay, that's an insane reduction.
Yeah.
What the heck were we doing before? Oh no, Yeti. Another article just came up. Why a Bitcoin price breakdown to $50,000 could be important for long-term bullishness. They're setting up the narrative. Trust me, when you lose money, it's good for you.
I mean, yeah, I think it's going down, and then like I don't think we're not at the bottom of the bear, and I think we are in a bear pretty undeniably.
Mm-hmm. How long was the last one? We never really came out of it though. Like you said with Bitcoin, yeah.
Oh, we came out of it? What do you mean? We went from like came way out of it.
Like of course, like the top assets like Solana, Bitcoin, Ethereum. But we've never come out of the alt bear market.
Yep. And we never will.
We never will. You go use some Dash coins. Actually, Dash did pretty well for me in my early crypto days, so I shouldn't crap on it.
What was its thing again?
I don't even remember. I think it's just another like competitor to like some type of like quick payment type of like Bitcoin Cash, but not. Yeah, it was digital cash. Yeah, that's what it was. That makes sense. Still, I'm a hardcore Raven coiner.
What's that?
That's the coin I hit like my first 9x on when I was younger. I was like super excited about it. It was the guys, they're the ones who invented NFTs.
Oh yeah.
Like not technically like the same contracts we know as NFTs today, but like early crypto, similar mining concept to Bitcoin. You know, it was like back in 2018 when everyone was like, "Oh, we got to mine the next Bitcoin. We got to mine the next Bitcoin." So it was popular to do one of these like proof of work coins. And what they had done, they got the old CTO of Fidelity. They had like another pretty prominent person as well in it. And I read the white paper and I was blown away that they were talking about like taking a Mona Lisa and fractionalizing the Mona Lisa and then having like fractional ownership of it through
What do you
these
mean a Mona Lisa? What the fuck does that mean?
the Mona Lisa. Like that's what they're talking
The
about.
Mona
Like,
Lisa?
yeah, that's what
Get
I'm saying.
fucked.
The Mona Lisa. Like no,
Get
that was an example. It wasn't they weren't actually gonna buy it, but
Oh
they just
right.
example like, hey, like if you and all your friends could own a fractionalized share of like the Mona Lisa,
Okay. Yep.
like, would you do it? And here's the way, because they're like, here's this most coveted painting in the world, you know, like, but maybe there's a way everyone could own it through fractionalized ownership. And now you have a share of the Mona Lisa. Like, would you not want a share of the Mona Lisa? And it's like, yeah, I'd want that. And so they're explaining it just through like these early tokenizations of art.
Yep.
And I was like, that's amazing.
There are those fractionalized artwork kind of things out now.
Mm-hmm.
I was involved in one that bought a couple of Banksy works and a Picasso. It was the like one of the blue series Picasso ones, but like a lesser known. It's like it was like even unnamed by him. It was like a woman's face in blue or something. It's called.
Mm-hmm.
Can't even remember what it was. And then a couple of like Banksy stuff as well. But it never really took off.
No, you didn't get the right guys. You need the guys who are the really good art money launderer guys. Art all day long, you know. Like, guys, I'm not saying all art is money laundering. You know, of course, there is a speculative value to these, or a subjective value. You know, art could be worth anything because there's no way to measure it. If you were able to measure art, you could change the entire economy because you have a centralized way to measure the value of goods, which actually would challenge a free market system because you now have the ability to subjectively value anything. So people don't realize it, but the ability to measure art shifts how we measure economics. And it challenges a bunch of people's existing theories if you are able to measure the subjective value of something.
Yeah, I mean, like you can say the same thing about like a lawn mowing service. Like like you can pay someone $1,000 an hour because they mow the lawn heaps better than someone else. It does always amaze me how much like difference there is in how much people charge for exactly the same service, and just like how little um it seems to really impact how much work they get. It's like people can like put like, charge twice as much as someone else and they'll get just the same amount of work.
Mm.
But maybe when times get tougher, maybe that will change. People want to save a buck, shop around.
Well, now I could just take my AI agent and it's going to call you and it's going to shop around price from 30 different landscapers in the area that are nearby. And then it's going to compare the quality reviews to the cheapest price. And it's going to say, hey, this is the person you want to go to.
You reckon? Have you gotten it to do that? Something like that?
No, but I've seen videos about how people are like sourcing leads. And you could do the same thing. Like you could just have it read the reviews, like use the MCP tool, like read the reviews. And then what you do is you would have to use like the calling feature. And I've seen this one back in, I remember in 2020, I got like one of my friends' families owns a restaurant. And I was like visiting them. I was in the back and they're like, hey, can you pick up the phone? And I was like, yeah, whatever. I was like, and I used to work there when I was younger too. So it's like, I already kind of knew how everything worked. Pick up the phone. I'm like, hey, it's Elizabeth's Cafe. And it was Google, an AI Google assistant calling to make a reservation.
What?
Yeah, back in this is like 2020. So like Google had this service for a period of time where they would call. I guess you'd put in the number and you'd say the reservation that you wanted, and they would ring the phone, and it would be an automated bot from Google, and it would say, "Hey, this is for, Kathy, and she's wants to bring two people into the restaurant at 4:30. Like, do you have availability? Yes or no?" And it was just all like it sounded so robotic though. It was like not human at all. Really, obviously, it was Google calling you, and you'd
I
say,
mean,
"Yes."
all of the AI voices are still
Yeah,
pretty obviously AI voices.
yeah, because the tone is so happy, happy, happy,
Yeah.
happy. Um, so yeah, I saw it back then. So you could use a similar tech, better AI voice now. Go scrape, look at all like the businesses in a 20-mile radius, compare them to reviews, and then have this agent go out there and call each one of them and get the best price. And you don't even have to do it. Probably 2-3 hours, it would be done. I've also seen it been used already in the restaurant industry where instead, say you want to like you're a new restaurant moving into the area, you want to understand, okay, like how am I priced against everyone else's menu? Like what's the price of a pint? So you're going to list some pints, so you want to figure out, okay, what's a good price for everyone? You'd usually have to go around to each one of the restaurants, sit down, try to get a menu. It's probably a fun time. You're ordering a pint at all these different restaurants to do research. Not saying it's a bad way to do research, but maybe not the most effective way. You might start forgetting the numbers at the end of the day, or start forgetting to take a picture of the menu. But that's what you just have to do to be able to price like a pint in that area. Now, what you could do is you could have an AI service call all of the restaurants or bars in the area and just say, "Hey, like, what's the price of your pint on your menu? I think I'm coming in." And they'll be like, "Oh, a pint is $8." And now this will go back and take all like 50 restaurants and call them, and they'll say, all these restaurants price their thing around $8, $10. This is probably the best range that you want to price yourself to still remain, you know, competitive, but not going over, the standard in your area. So here's what you could get away with. It could be $8 or $10. And before that would probably take you a couple of days of research. Like now it's done in like 2 to 3 hours.
I mean, given that we like, you know, get our bots to do art for us and play our games for us. I'm surprised we don't get it to go and like drink our beers for us. It seems like the logical next step before we get to fold our washing, definitely.
Yeah,
Can you go and socialize with my friends and drink for me? Also, give my child a hug and tuck them in.
Exactly. Yeah, tell him you love him. Yeah, that kid is already joking about that type of stuff. That like the angry European kid, or he's like the rich European kid on Instagram. He's just like makes videos like, oh, you don't know who my dad is. Like my dad will buy this whole thing, you know. And they're already joking around about like all the tech bros not being able to spend time with their girlfriends. So they're like, I built you an AI agent that can respond back and talk to you, so you can always talk to me at any time of the day. Dotson. I think my new favorite strategy is just going to be Leroy Jenkins. I'm just going to run it all day long. We should check to see like what strategies people are running. I will want to know which ones are the most popular.
I mean, yeah, it'd be interesting to see where people like Ace has a pretty good strategy, I think, where he drops like, it was that kind of first thing that we were kind of telling people to do, but to drop like a bunch of your dots straight away, but then leave a couple for if it goes out of range. I think he's doing that one very nicely.
Very good. All right, you want to know some prediction market revenue for just April 1st to April 7th? That's very interesting. So, just in the last 7 days, Kalshi did $31 million of revenue.
What?
Polymarkets did 7.1 million, and Crypto.com did 1.5, and Limitless did 275K, and IBKR did 78,000.
Wow, on Kalshi, that's amazing.
Yeah. That one really doesn't make that much sense to me. I know there's not really people playing in those 15-minute markets on there in the 1 hour. Just the comments are so sparse compared to poly markets. It's like they have as much volume, but like I would not see a comment for like a day. Maybe since it's all Americans, Americans don't like commenting on stuff. I thought we're supposed to be loud and opinionated. I thought like, you always know when you're in a European country next to an American table because they're yelling about how their day went. And annoying at the restaurant. Got any fun plans, Yeti, for the weekend?
Going to the school holidays at the moment, and so Sunday night, we're headed up to Inot Hot Springs, which is like a natural hot springs. Comes out like fucking boiling hot out of the ground. This water, and it's like like that kind of semi-sulfurous kind of like a bit stinky water, but your skin feels amazing after you go in. When you come out, your skin feels like incredible. And they've like set a caravan park up there, so we'll take our camper up. We got some friends up there who are going there, so we'll go hang out with them. It's like always really hot down here in Cairns, but up on the tablelands it can get a bit cooler. And so at night at the caravan park, they leave the pools open, and they pump the water up into these pools, the hot spring water. And so you can go in at night when it's a bit like actually nice and cold and sit in the hot pools.
Sounds pretty amazing. There's some lucky guys over there. Always taking them some pretty cool spots.
Yeah, and there's a lot of cool spots pretty close by here. And this one's a bit of a drive. It's like, I want to say it's like 2.5 hour drive or something. I think it's like 200 Ks, something like that. Not Hot Springs. $150 Ks. Yeah, 2 hours and 15 minutes. But the drive itself is actually really nice as well. Up the range, it's like all beautiful rainforest. 23.7x.
Oh my god. Wow, Polymarket's actually fixed that guy's thing. Like, he's shouting them out now because he's like, they fixed the live reporting. He's like, they took my report seriously.
Huh. Cool.
Investigated the issue, pushed a live patch in less than 24 hours. Okay, well, I lost money too doing that, so where's my money?
Yeah, now you just need to like find a market where something is broken and get on the other side of the trade as well and lose all of your money from one account. But really you've won it back in this other account of yours and then complain about it.
Dude, that so they can't technically refund because it's on chain, but they approved him for 8.5K of compensation. They're sending it to his wallet.
I mean, fair enough. That's if they fucked up.
Okay, but like, I've lost money doing the exact same thing. I guess since he recorded it, I have recordings of where the time clock is off and where the numbers are off on the side. I have a bunch of those. Should I just start submitting them and trying to claim money back?
I mean, may as well.
Okay. There were so many days where I was frustrated. I'm holding my phone and I'm staring at the screen. I'm like, what is going on here?
See what happens. And maybe they.
See, he got a risk-free trade. I don't believe that guy didn't know about that. It's like, come on. If there's two different interfaces with two different prices, there's obviously an issue and you shouldn't trade that. You know?
Yeah.
Like, I don't think I would refund him because he just got a free 8.5K trade there. He knew that was happening all day and then found the perfect excuse to try to risk 8.5K for free and then did it. It didn't work out.
Well, he may have been on the other side of it.
Well, he lost it.
But yeah, but he may have had another account that was on the other side of that trade.
Yeah, exactly. He probably did. Get scammed, Polygon. I mean, Poly Markets. I got to go for a second. Just got pulled into a meeting.
Oh, yep.
Yeah. We can end the stream if you want.
Yeah, we may as well end it 10 minutes early. Thank you all for coming. We're going to end the stream early by the sounds of it. But we have next Supercharge session at 2:30 p.m. Last Supercharge session of the week, so get in there. And then next week we have some big things coming, so we're very excited to bring them out and share them with you next week.
I can't wait.
Hell yeah.
All right, everyone. Bye-bye.